Chapter 81. Master Liunian arrives. The peacock plume chopped towards Li Haoran, seemingly carrying the might of destroying the heavens and destroying the earth. Before the peacock plume arrived, the countless stones below had already been crushed by the powerful air pressure. The cloud beast condensed by the ninth prince is the great brightness king god. Gu Hai revealed a hint of surprise. Great formations could condense the stature of fierce generals in their hearts, and the one that Gu Hai condensed was Overlord Xiongyu. What the ninth prince had condensed was the great Ming king god. Li Haoran looked at this aura, and already knew that the peacock plume was extraordinary. His face sank, and he stepped towards the big formation to meet it. The golden sword in his hand, moreover, chopped out a huge golden sword deity. Boom! The golden sword and the peacock plume, with a huge collision, rolled up a superstorm. A huge concussion will be surrounded by smoke and dust once again wildly rolled up. How? Divine Chance Battalion Master. Ha 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 ha. The ninth duke's loud laughter came out. HMPH. Li Haoran let out a loud shout as dazzling golden light bloomed around him. He rushed into the grand formation with a loud bang. Rumble. Immediately, golden light and white light shot out from the great formation. The peacock plume and golden sword kept crashing, and rolling debris and smoke rushed into the sky. There was already a large formation enveloping the area, and now with the smoke, dust, and debris rising in all directions. The cultivators from the four directions looked blurred for a moment. Retreat, Gu Hai said in a deep voice. Grabbing Long Wanqing, he led a group of subordinates and quickly retreated to the rear. Gu Hai, it's all your fault, Long Wanqing shouted in depression. Hall Master, I hope I'm the one who's wrong. So I'll apologize first, Gu Hai said in a deep voice. The group quickly jumped into the distance. Rumble. The battle between the ninth prince and Li Haoran grew more and more intense. At the center of the battle, it became more and more chaotic. How did you guys get here? Gu Hai looked towards Gu Qin. Master Liunian arranged the Hall Master's 3 servants to heal their wounds in our ancient mansion, and then went to look for the Hall Master. And then we received a letter from our father. And after arranging everything, originally Minister Shangwan was going to bring the Hall Department. But the Hall Master's 3 servants lent us the Hall Master's flying boat that was the White Cloud number, and because the flying boat was exceptionally fast, I wanted to come to take a look, and when I got here, I was blocked outside the Dinglong sect until what happened before, Gu Qin explained. Just in time, when I saw you earlier, I thought I was mistaken, Gu Hai laughed. I received my father's signal and had Minister Shangwan and the others set up a formation. Gu Qin laughed. Shangwan Trace, over there by Ding Rui's corpse. Gu Hai looked at Shangwan Trace. Don't worry, my lord. I have already arranged for my subordinates to collect the corpse earlier, Shangwan Trace said in a deep voice. Gu Hai nodded. With Shangwan Trace, it would indeed save a lot of heartache. The group retreated again and again. Long Wanqing, however, was worriedly looking at the big formation in the distance, sulking at Gu Hai. Rumble. The great battle was extremely ferocious. The Divine Mechanic Battalion disciples tried to break in several times, but they were forced back, anxious and incomparable. This wait was 2 hours of time. Swoosh. Steeply, a stream of light shot from the sky. Boom. But it was a flying boat that instantly arrived close by. Floinger's master, Gu Hai let out a loud shout. The flying boat instantly stopped in front of Gu Hai, but it was Master Liunian who looked at Long Wanqing with a hint of surprise. However, when he saw Gu Hai's bloody knife on Long Wanqing's neck, Master Liunian's face sank. Master Liunian, the Hall Master is in your hands, and I've returned the Hall Master's favor, Gu Hai laughed. With that, Gu Hai let go of Long Wanqing. Who you? Grandmaster Liunian instantly arrived close and protected Long Wanqing behind him. Hall Master, are you alright? Grandmaster Liunian was worried. Grandmaster Liunian, Arrest this madman Gu Hai for me, Long Wanqing said angrily. Hall Master, it was my father who saved you, Gu Qin immediately shouted in defiance. Oh, Master Liunian revealed a hint of doubt. Turning his head, Grandmaster Liunian saw the Divine Mechanism Battalion flying boat not far away. It's right that he saved me, but he committed a crime below, Master Liunian. Help me arrest Gu Hai. I'm not feeling well. Long Wanqing's remaining anger had not yet subsided. What's going on? Master Liunian was puzzled. Although Long Wanqing was angry, Master Liunian could see that Long Wanqing only seemed to have a child's temper. It wasn't that serious. Gu Hai did not hide it and told Grandmaster Liunian everything that happened earlier. Oh, that's Li Haoran. Grandmaster Liunian steeply narrowed his eyes. Hall Master, earlier there were many offenses. Now Master Liunian has come. My favor has also been returned. Whether it's the following offense, whether it's holding the Hall Master hostage, I just want to return a favor to the Hall Master. Now that the favor has been returned, Gu Hai has nothing more to ask for. This blood knife, give it back to the Hall Master. And also, this is the first grade Hall's water rudder order, and it will be returned to the Hall Master. When I take out the contents, I will also return it to Hall Master. Gu Hai flipped his hand and took out the token. Servant Master Gu, what are you doing? Master Liunian immediately stopped it. Servant Master Gu, the fact that the Hall Master was able to remain unharmed this time is all thanks to your desperate efforts to protect the Hall Master. How could the Hall Master blame you? Handing back the water rudder order, please ask Rudder Master Gu to take back his order. You are already the water rudder master. No one can erase your identity. Master Liunian immediately blocked Gu Hai down. Gu Hai frowned slightly, as if he was going to say something else. Hall Master. Grandmaster Liunian looked at Long Wanqing with a scowl. I didn't say I was going to remove him from his position, Long Wanqing said with some aggression. Ancient Helmsman, please take back the order. Yipin Hall is now in a disaster, but also need to be taken care of by the Ancient Helmsman. The Hall Master is not yet deep in the world. A lot of things to see, not as thorough as the Ancient Helmsman. The Ancient Helmsman also need to be more assisted. The matter of returning the token, don't bring it up again, Liunian Master solemnly said. But Gu Hai looked towards Long Wanqing. Long Wanqing looked more and more aggrieved, but seeing that Master Liunian suddenly glared at himself, Long Wanqing pouted and said, Listen to everything, Master. Gu Hai looked at Long Wanqing doubtfully. Gu Helmsman, you'd better put it away. The Hall Master and I once made an appointment. This matter, I can make the decision, Master Liunian said. All right, then I'll keep it for the time being. However, I do have to leave soon. This blood sword is returned to the Hall Master. Gu Hai put away the token and handed over the blood knife. Grandmaster Liunian glared at Long Wanqing. Long Wanqing became more and more aggrieved and looked at Gu Hai and said, Hall Master Gu, this blood knife, for the time being, is yours to keep. Gu Hai looked at Master Liunian in confusion. At this moment, Gu Hai could sort of see the point. Although Master Liunian was usually very easygoing, but once he made a decision, Long Wanqing would not be disobedient. Master Liunian was just like a teacher, teaching Long Wanqing to behave and do things, including how to master the One Piece Hall. Once Long Wanqing did something wrong, Master Liunian would definitely help correct it immediately. Ancient Helmsman, if it wasn't for you, the Hall Master would have been in danger this time. Although this sword is precious, it is certainly not as expensive as the Hall Master's life, so you can keep it for now, and in the future. When the Hall Master's grandfather wants to take it back, you can return it, and consider it as a token of gratitude for your merit this time, Grandmaster Liunian solemnly said. All right, many thanks Hall Master. Gu Hai nodded. Then, Grandmaster Liunian carefully asked Long Wanqing some more details, and as he listened, Grandmaster Liunian looked at Gu Hai with a strange color in his eyes. Boom! Steeply, There was a loud bang in the distance, and thousands of debris exploded. The great battle between Li Haoran and the 9 dukes came to an abrupt halt. The fog dispersed. On top of the 2 peaks, each stood a person, Li Haoran in golden armor, and the 9 duke in white. The 2 of them stared at each other, and for a moment, no one made another move. Yichon Pavilion disciple, Li Haoran said in a cold voice. The 9th duke smiled faintly and said, "That day, you made a big fuss in the innate remnant realm, saying that, if it wasn't for the face of the old man of chess observation, you would have flattened the Yishan Pavilion at that time. Is the Yishan Pavilion so unbeatable in your eyes? What do you think of me? How?" Li Haoran's face was gloomy as he said, "What kind of person are you from the Yishan Pavilion? How come I haven't heard of you?" It was obvious that Li Haoran had not gained an advantage in the engagement just now. "I'm just a nameless junior. Yichon Pavilion. I'm at the bottom of the list." The 9th prince laughed. The 9 sons of chess observation. The 9th duke was indeed ranked at the very end. The last. Li Haoran's face was ugly for a while. Was this a slap in the face? Whew! Steeply. The 9th prince's subordinates flew to the 9th prince's side in a flying boat. The 9th prince stepped onto the flying boat. "You want to leave?" Li Haoran's face turned cold. "You can't help me, can you?" The 9th prince laughed heavily. HMPH. Li Haoran let out a cold snort. Yet, he did not object. The 9th duke twisted his head and suddenly looked in the direction of Gu Hai. "Mr. Gu, you owe me a favor." The 9th duke laughed out loud. Li Haoran twisted his head to look in the direction of Gu Hai and saw Master Quicksilver. Li Haoran's face sank. Gu Hai, however, looked at the 9th duke and gave a slight salute. "Many thanks. In the coming days, if I have the opportunity, I will pay it back." "Ha ha ha ha. Getting your promise. This time, the 9/5th island will not be a vain trip. Delayed in the 9/5th island, also sometime. It's time to leave, in the future. You and I will see you in the divine land." 9 duke laughed. Shoo! The flying boat headed in a direction and flew away quickly. Gu Hai watched the 9th duke leave. All around, countless cultivators looked at Gu Hai curiously. Didn't Gu Hai fall out with the disciples of the Game Heaven Pavilion? What happened just now? Gu Hai and the Yichon Pavilion disciple are familiar. Who is that person? Li Haoran couldn't even help him. Countless cultivators in the surroundings revealed their curiosity. Instead, Gu Hai and Master Liunian looked at Li Haoran together. "Camp Master Li, didn't you want to take Hall Master to the Peony sect earlier? I'll accompany you. I hope Camp Master Li won't give up," Master Liunian said with a faint smile. Li Haoran's brows slightly trembled as he suppressed the emotions in his heart, revealing a forced smile and said, "How would Li dare to dislike Master? It's even better that Master can follow. Ancient helmsman, good skill." Li Haoran suddenly looked coldly at Gu Hai. "Camp Master Li, you're welcome." Gu Hai, however, did not allow it. "Will Servant Master Gu come with us?" Li Haoran said in a deep voice. "No, I'm no longer interested in the dragon vein." Gu Hai shook his head. Li Haoran was slightly stunned. "Hall Master, Master Liunian." Gu Hai takes his leave, Gu Hai said with a slight salute. With that, Gu Hai led a group of subordinates to step and quickly leave. As Long Wanqing watched Gu Hai leave, the aggression in her eyes disappeared, and an additional wave of embarrassment appeared. After the description of Gu Hai and Master Liunian just now, Long Wanqing heard and understood what Gu Hai had done during this period of time. Entering Songjia sect, entering King sect, and entering Dinglong sect, all of which were places of dragons and tigers. Gu Hai had gone against all odds in order to save himself, and had died 9 times. In the end, one still blames him. "Gu Hai, I'm sorry for earlier." Long Wanqing called out to Gu Hai's back. Gu Hai stopped abruptly and twisted around. Looking at Long Wanqing's sincere apology, Gu Hai smiled heartily. Nodding his head, Gu Hai didn't say anything else and led Gu Qin and the others to step and quickly leave.